magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Ako nga pala si Jean Kenneth M. Ilagan.
Ako si Louis Benedict Ignacio.
I am Albert Alvin H. De Jesus.
This is Dr. Giselle Barion.
This is Telma Maranya.
This is Attorney Dwight Ramos.
I am Dr. Evelyn Songko and I am happy to be with you.
Ikinagagalak ko makasama kayong lahat sa isa na namang makabuluhang kwentuhan dito sa Bridges.
Excited naman ako sa introduction mo, Louis. And I'm really so excited to be here.
It's really my pleasure to be invited here because this is a very good platform po. Not to be only bridging faith, hope, and love, but at the same time bridging the bond between the alumni and their alma mater.
Kaya tayo merong Santa Cruzan as a culminating activity of our devotional practices to the Blessed Mother, because all devotions to the Blessed Mother should always lead to Jesus.
Ang mga popular na issues sa mga Pilipino, no? Yung mga may kinalaman sa sikura, mga economic issues, trabaho, inflation. Pero kahit ganyan pa, makikita na ang mga Pilipino nagbibigay ng attention sa mga political issues gaya ng West Philippine Sea issue.
We need our future generations to meet their own needs without sacrificing also yung mga needs natin na nararanasan natin ngayon. So we need this clean air, malinis na hangin, malinis na tubig, yung lupa natin hindi pa poison, then okay pa yung mga karagatan natin, okay pa yung mga kabundukan natin.
O kaya naman dati maayos ang pagsasamahan ng mag-asawa, bigla na lang may nangyayari na hindi nila inaakala at yung kanilang family bond humihina. Pati yung relasyon nila sa Diyos biglang humihina.
I love you. I love Jesus, Holy Spirit, and Mama Mary. Thank you and God bless.
The PRR is not out there to, use taxpayers. Kapag nalugi yung taxpayers, hindi mo babawasan yung magbabayad ng tax.
First and foremost, we embrace change. We need to cultivate our passion for learning and to be flexible based sa Tomasian values ng commitment, competence, and compassion.
Go back to your core. When things are really, really tough, when you're going through transitions, when you're going through changes, go back to who you are as a person and as a leader. And at the same time, yung core values natin as Tomasians dati, perfect din parate as a guide for me. Always have to be competent, you always have to be committed, and more importantly, the compassion side of it is going to be your edge in any kind of workplace that you're going to be working.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
Hello. Good afternoon, good morning, siguro sa ibang parts of the world. So it's Tuesday, so that means it's Bridges Day. So of course, Bridges is brought to you by our beloved UST Alumni Association Incorporated. So this afternoon, we are privileged because we will be having a Filipino nurse and proud Tomasian emerge as the winner of the Great Australian Bake Off. So this afternoon, we'll not just learn baking, but we'll learn how can we transition, no? Kasi itong guest natin, from being a nurse to being a baker, at the same time, doing both. No? Paano ba yun? No? So, his journey through 10 weeks of challenges in an Australian television baking series culminated in a breathtaking display of skill and storytelling. But, of course, before that, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Kat Cresada from the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics of the College of Education and also the current chair of the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics. So, kanina habang pinapanood ko yung introduction, no, meron silang sinasabing spiel. And I would like to tell you also that ikinagagalak ko po kayong makasama ngayong hapon dito sa Bridges. But before we move on with the show, may I request you friends, our alumni friends, please don't forget to like and share our show and subscribe to our UST Tomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel. And in this episode of Bridges, we travel virtually to Melbourne, Australia. And let's meet and get to know Mr. Arvin Garcia and learn how he transitioned from being a nurse to earning the title of Australia's Best Amateur Baker in the Great Australian Bake Off Competition. Of course, we will get to know further how his experience has been a testament to creativity and dedication that has allowed him to showcase his Filipino culture through baking. So, friends, let us welcome and give our virtual applause to Arvin Garcia. Good afternoon, Arvin.
Good afternoon, Miss Kath. Good afternoon to everyone who's watching. Marami pong salamat for inviting me to be here sa
Okay.
Bridges. Yeah,
So,
very excited.
Arvin, baka gusto mong introduce give us short background lang about yourself, of course.
Yeah, so I'm Arvin. I was born and raised in Santa Ana, Pampanga. Kapampangan, proud Kapampangan. And I finished my Bachelor's of Nursing in UST in 2008. And then after that, after gaining a little bit of experience, I became a facilitator in our NSTP program before I became the clinical instructor in the College of Nursing. And then after, I think, around 4 years, that was in 2014, I decided to pursue a nursing career here in Australia. So that was 10 years ago. So yun. So ngayon nandito tayo sa Melbourne. I'm still a nurse. And yun nga sabi ni Ma'am Kat, recently, sinwerte tayo sa Great Australian Bake Off.
Ayan. So, previously pala, no, Arvin, aside from being an alumnus, no, you also taught here, no, in UST. So, what do you consider as the most memorable experiences that you had, no, in the College of Nursing and also sa UST in general, whether during your student life or whether you're working already here in the campus?
Yeah, so my life in UST is something I think maybe one of the highlights of my more than 30 years of existence kasi nung college I was able to experience a lot yung diverse culture sa UST and part din ako ng student leadership when I was taking my nursing. So I was involved in a lot of fun projects, creative projects, and we were able to actually, do our nursing studies while at the same time having fun expressing ourselves creatively sa mga student projects natin. So it was a very memorable experience for me. And then as a clinical instructor naman, very rewarding, I guess, is the term, being a clinical instructor in the college. Kasi I was able to share my knowledge sa mga students, guide them, and really contribute in building, future nurses sa Pilipinas and worldwide. Na alam naman natin yung mga nurses natin from UST, they really shine across the globe. So I was really happy to be part of that. And it's funny kasi ngayong after Bake Off, there are a lot of my previous students who are reaching out, and I'm so happy to hear from them, congratulating me, and natutuwa lang sila, which is surprising kasi it was a long time ago, and it's really good that I made that impact during those times sa mga students. So, yeah.
So, sir, have you met students? Since sabi nyo nga po, no, marami tayong nurses anywhere in the world. For sure, merong Filipino nurse. Sometimes nga, if you go abroad, no, sumakay ka lang ng subway or sumakay ka ng bus, magbulan ka, may mga nagtatagalog, may mga nagpi-Filipino. So, have you met your students, some of your students there in Melbourne?
Yes, actually, I did. When I was a nurse manager in one of the hospitals here in Melbourne, some of my students actually became my staff. So it was a very small world, and it's something na proud ako sa mga students natin kasi hanggang dito sa Australia, nadala talaga nila yung ini-instill natin na values as a Thomasian nurse, tsaka yung excellence and competence talaga nila sa work. So, very proud and very happy na madaming mga nursing students na na-meet ako dito sa Australia.
Ayan, that's good to know. Actually, I was telling Sir Arvin prior to our show, no, na we just went there, pero sa Sydney naman, just this August, and we met several alumni. Sobrang dami po nating UST alumni dyan. So, hi, shout out sa ating UST alumni, Australia Alumni Incorporated. So, Sir Arvin, how were you able to go there to Melbourne? Did you apply directly through an agency
No,
or embassy?
I think around 2012, 2013, nag-start yung, I think globally, there was a demand for nurses. And there are opportunities here in Australia. So I had to take a short course para ma-convert yung nursing registration ko from the Philippines to registration here sa Australia. And then from there, I did my placements. Luckily, there was an opportunity sa hospital na pinagtatrabahoan ko ngayon. I actually never left. So I've been working in the same organization for 10 years now. And yeah, it just started from there.
Okay. So, curious lang ako, no? So, from being a nurse, so sabi mo nga, you did your placement and all the procedures and all the processes na for you to work as a nurse. All of a sudden, biglang nasa world of baking ka. So, can you give us a background of this? Kumbaga,
Yes,
did it
okay.
start lang from hobby lang ba?
Kung tutusin, parang maisip mo parang ang layo ng two different fields of baking and nursing. Pero I guess it started from my love for food and for entertaining. Kasi when I moved sa Australia, actually ako lang back then, yung family ko are still in the Philippines. And I only have my friends, yung mga Filipino friends, and mahilig tayo na magsalo-salo, 'di ba? Parang isa siyang way for us to actually connect para ma-cure yung homesickness natin, yung mga nami-miss natin. And usually ako yung nag-host and nag-entertain sa mga friends. So they will come over sa place ko and then I usually prepare food for them. Ako yung nagluluto, ako yung in charge doon kasi I love the idea of bringing people together through food, kwentuhan, salo-salo over food. And habang ginagawa ko yun, more and more, mas madami akong namimiss na mga putahe or mga pagkain sa Pilipinas. And one of the things na una kong binake na namiss ko is yung pandesal. Kasi laging may pandesal sa table natin, di ba? Parang every morning, tapos yan yung merienda mo, yan yung throughout the day, different na palaman ginagamit dyan. So, I got myself a mixer, tinry kong gumawa ng pandesal, nag-search ako online kung paano gawin yung pandesal. Unfortunately, hindi ganun ka-successful. Medyo hindi siya katulad ng mga kinalakihan ko. Pwede na for me, pero hindi siya yung best bake. But then I already had my mixer, so I just continued experimenting cookies, cakes, and then until such a time that I got good feedback with what I was doing, and I really fell in love with the creative process, and then yung continuous improvement na nakita ko sa baking ko from my failures, and then natutuwa na sila sa ginagawa ko, I'm getting good feedback. And it just, I guess, puts me in a different zone kapag nagbe-bake ako. Kasi as you know, yung nursing job, it's quite stressful sometimes. And I guess it was my way of escaping then and relieving my stress. Kasi pag nagbe-bake ako, you have to be really precise and talagang focus ka dun sa ginagawa mo. So, di ko napapansin, lumilipas na lang yung oras. And then at the end of it, it's also rewarding kasi people are loving it, people are giving you good feedback. So, yun, nagdire-diretso na. And I tried to improve myself further. I took some online courses, learned from different people, which is, what led me here.
Actually, pandesal, sir, medyo advanced ka eh. Technically, yun ang isa sa mga mahirap. It seems so easy, no? But, of course, yung mixing lang ng yeast, how to ensure na active yung yeast, no? As leavener. So, talagang medyo advanced ka. Talagang pag yan ang una mong, pag yan sa estudyante namin pinapagawa rin, parang nagugulat sa na ganun pala, no? Pulido at ka-tedious gawin ang isang pandesal. So,
Totoo, Ma'am Kath, kasi parang wala akong idea talaga nung nag-start ako na may ganun pala. You have to control the temperature, you have to make sure your yeast is alive, tapos ang daming different factors.
correct, correct. Medyo yan yung mga last part ng baking, yung mga basic baking courses. So, since you are now, parang mako-consider natin baker, okay? So, and a year ago, you became the winner of the Great Australian Bake Off. So, kanina nga, sabi ko kay Sir Arvin, no? It's a popular show, so medyo nakakuha ka siguro ng maraming orders and all since you started it with your, parang cooking for your friends. How does it feel now that you're the winner of this Bake Off?
So, Ma'am Kat, actually, recently lang, last week lang yung final show. So, last week lang na-announce na ako yung winner ng Bake Off. But last year, hindi ko na imagine talaga na I'll be here, na ako yung magiging winner ng competition. Kasi unang-una, it was a very challenging competition. Tapos, yung mga kasama ko sa show, ang gagaling talaga nilang mag-bake. And then, gusto ko lang makalagpas talaga malagpasan yung first episode, tsaka malagpasan yung bread challenges kasi yun talaga yung weakness ko. But week by week, parang na-surprise lang din ako sa mga nakaya kong gawin. Na pinush ko talaga yung sarili ko. I tried to push my boundaries tsaka yung limits. Talagang challenge ko yung sarili ko throughout the competition. And I used the opportunity na ma-showcase ko yung Filipino culture natin in terms of stories, in terms of flavors, which I guess helped me out a little bit na to keep going kasi sabi ko, it's a really good opportunity and a really good platform to do that. So, yun, now I'm here. Di pa rin ako makapaniwala pero it's a very good experience and very excited sa mga opportunities na dadating after that.
How many competitors pala did you have, Sir Arvin?
So we started 12, there are 12 bakers, and then we had 10 weeks. So all in all, we baked 30 items. So 30 items, and then every week, someone was leaving the competition until only 3 of us were left and did the final bake-off, which was last week. Yeah.
So in between ba, sir, meron kayong parang you have time to practice for the next one. So how did you do it? Parang did you allot time? Kasi ang nurse, syempre, 'di ba, meron kayong mga parang panggabing shift, may pang early morning. Kumbaga yung time nyo, medyo may difficulty in terms of the scheduling. So how did you prepare for the next item or for the next type of bake product?
Namkat, actually, tingin ko malaki yung naitulong ng pagiging nurse ko sa journey ko sa competition kasi yung time management, multitasking, sanay na sanay tayo sa high pressure environment sa hospital eh. So, not just during the actual bakes, but the entire competition overall when we were trying to prepare, practice, and deliver yung mga required of us to get through every episode. Talagang it's a high pressure experience and walang masyadong time din na meron sa amin. So being a nurse really helped me out, yung mga skills ng mga nurses to navigate that challenging situations during the show.
Among all those baked products that you prepared, sir, ano din yung mako-consider nyo na pinaka-madali, pinaka-favorite nyo, At for you rin, sabi nyo kanina, yung bread, yun yung parang weakness nyo. You found it na parang, yun yung pinaka-weakness ko. So medyo kinakabahan kayo nung bread season, no? So ano naman yung pinaka-challenging and ano yung mga surprises, discoveries nyo after the competition or after each segment?
Madaming surprises kasi yung mga challenges, medyo out of this world sila. Parang hindi mo isipin na may ganun ba talaga. For example, meron silang isang challenge na gawa kayo ng biscuit pero dapat in a form of vehicle and dapat may moving parts. So parang pag gusto natin ng biscuit, magbe-bake lang naman tayo ng cookies or biscuit or buy something. Pero this one, you have to make it in a form of a moving vehicle, which is quite challenging. So talagang piniga ko yung creativity ko. And, ano kaya yung pwede kong i-showcase dito sa challenge na to. And I really got inspiration from our culture sa history sa atin, sa Pilipinas. Ang ginawa ko doon, gumawa ko ng kalesa made of biscuit. And hindi lang siya dapat kalesa, dapat may form of movement. So, may gulong yung kalesa, tapos gumagalaw siya. And then yung form ng horse, may movement talaga yung mga legs ng horse. And it was a very tricky bake. Medyo mahirap siya kasi yung biscuit din, madali lang siya mag-crumble eh. So for you to make a structure that will work and it's unique, it's precise, tapos you really have to tell a story as well. I think I delivered so well in that challenge. I actually won that week because of that kalesa. So I was very happy with that. One of the highlights, I guess.
Okay. Pero yung, sir, meron ka bang discovery na dati ito yung alam kong technique, pero this time pala, kasi ang baking kasi, for everyone's information, ang baking unlike ng cooking, na kasi pag cooking, pag maalat, you can just add water, or kapag maanghang, kung may gatayan, you can just add yung gata, no? But ang baking kasi, you only get to see the output after bake. So, meron ka bang discovery in terms of the techniques na, that pala, ito yung ginagawa doon. Okay? In terms of, particularly yung mga failures mo during parang feeling mo, nag-fail ako sa part na yun, dapat ito yung ginawa ko. May mga ganun bang realization?
Madami. Mostly sa bread talaga, yung madami akong natutunan about sa bread. Especially proofing, yung pagpapaalsa ng mga tinapay. Kasi, alam ko may yeast, di ba? May yeast, pero hindi pala pwede na sobrahan mo yung salt kasi baka mamatay yung yeast. So, hindi na mag-work. Tapos, kailangan may pagkain din sila. Kailangan may sugar. So, yun pala yun. Kumbaga kapag gumagawa ka ng tinapay na may yeast, meron palang purpose yung bawat ingredient. Hindi lang siya for lasa. Like, may science behind it. Meron siyang exact science that involves yung living organism, yung yeast nga. Tapos, you have to feed it. But at the same time, you have to control yung growth niya kasi baka mamaya ma-overproof mo naman yung tinapay. And then, kailangan mo din kontrolin yung environment kapag pinapaalsa mo yung tinapay. So, hindi pwedeng sobrang init, hindi din pwedeng sobrang lamig. So, there are a lot of factors pala na kailangang i-balance kapag gumagawa ng tinapay. Doon ko na-realize kung bakit yung pandesal na ginawa ko no, hindi umalsa. Bakit ang tigas niya? Kasi ang dami palang factors na kailangan mong i-consider kapag gumagawa ng bread.
Yan. Buti na-highlight niyo, sir, yung about baking as a science. Kaya nga tinatawag natin yung mga courses sa, let's say, sa HRM or even in nutrition, we call it bakery science. Kasi others, they think na pag ganood na sa YouTube, okay na yun. No? You really have to experience it because baking is also not just an ordinary technique, but there's a science. No? There's a science behind it. And since you're a nurse, meron po ba kayong na-feel nyo, because I'm a nurse, it helped me dito sa challenges na to?
Yes, absolutely. Yun nga, yung mga different skills ng mga nursing, multitasking, kasi like, kapag nagbe-bake tayo sa bahay, halimbawa, or nagluluto sa bahay, parang nasa sariling mong kitchen, parang you're very comfortable, wala kang ibang iniisip, gusto mo lang magluto, and fina-follow mo lang yung recipe. Pero during the show, habang nagbe-bake kami, we have to interact with the host, we have to interact with the judges, kailangan kinukwento namin kung anong ginagawa namin, and kailangan nakikipag-coordinate kami sa mga cameraman, sa mga staff during all the bakes. Na-realize ko parang hindi pala ganun kadali na mag-bake or magluto while there's chaos around you. So, very different yung experience making TV or doing TV or baking for TV. It's a very different experience. Yun yung siguro as a nurse, kasi sanay tayo sa, for example, sa hospital, ang daming mga involved na different allied health professionals, sa operating room, stress environment. So siguro yun yung malaking factor na nakatulong din for me to navigate dun sa mga situations na high stress. Yeah. And high pressure.
Kumbaga sanay sa stressor. So pagdating din sa competition, chill na lang to, no?
At least sa baking walang mamamatay, di ba?
Yung
sa
yeast
nursing,
lang, sir. Yung yeast.
Yung yeast lang yun mamamatay yung yeast. But it's not really a life and death situation unlike sa nursing. Kaya yun, mas madali siya because of my nursing experience.
Tapos kanina, Sir Arvin, sabi niya, at the beginning, parang ang gusto niya lang, basta matapos na ako dun sa week 1 na to, wag lang uuwi agad ako, no? When did you feel na parang, feeling ko mananalo na talaga, kaya I have to really do double work, no, for this upcoming challenges? When did you feel na I will win this title?
Actually, hindi ko talaga na parang naisip for sure na mananalo ako. Pero nung nakadalawa na akong Star Baker, tapos palapit na ng palapit, malapit na yung semifinal, sabi ko baka may chance and sabi ko sayang naman yung opportunity. So I really tried to push myself and talagang pinag-isipan ko yung mga next steps or next bakes na gagawin ko. Kasi sayang naman, although nung na-reach ko yung point ng semifinals and finals, parang naging at peace na ako kung ano man yung maging result ng competition kasi parang ang layo na din nung narating ko parang ang dami ko nang na-represent sa culture natin at that point. Tapos yung dalawang contestants din na kasama ko sa finals, sobrang magaling din sila parehas. So parang happy na ako kung ano man yung maging result. Ayun, tapos naging winner pa. So very, very surprised and at the same time happy and proud. Yun.
Bakit, sir, kasi baka sila na medyo curious sila kasi sabi mo you have your full-time job as a nurse. Why did you want to be on the Great Australian Bake Off? Parang ano yung naging motivation mo to join the competition?
Actually, I did not know I didn't know that they were casting or looking for contestants sa competition. Yung best friend ko dito sa Melbourne, minessage siya lang ako, sinend niya sa akin yung link. Sabi niya, uy, sali ka dito. Ganyan. Sabi ko, ano yan? Ano yan? Tapos yun, tinignan ko lang, in-explore ko, and then, tinry kong gumawa ng profile. As in, hindi talaga ako serious na, sasali ako sa Bake Off, galingan ko, ganun. Sinend sa akin yung link and then I applied. And then yung production started contacting me and asking me to complete the application. And then from there, one after the other, I went through the stages. Tapos nagulat na lang ako, kasali na ako sa competition. Ang bilis nangyari kasi never in my imagination that I'll be on TV. Na magbe-bake ako sa TV and I'll be able to represent yung mga tao like the Filipinos, the nurses, yung mga Australians dito sa Melbourne. It's really something na hindi ko na-imagine a year ago na mangyayari. So it's really something new. But once I was in the show, of course, may competitive spirit kasi tayo eh. Even being a Tomasian, di ba? We want to be competent in everything that we do. We want excellence. So sabi ko, andito na ako, so might as well really do my best to represent well and para naman maging proud yung mga friends and family and also fellow Filipinos then and Australians.
Did you have to take a leave? Kasi parang 10 weeks, no? Total of 10 weeks yung competition. Did you ask for a leave or did you ask your superiors na for a while, medyo lailo ako dahil nga I have this competition?
Yeah, luckily I have access to leave sa work and my bosses are they were very supportive of me joining the competition. So, pinayagan nila ako mag-leave from work while filming. Sabi ko sa kanila noon, parang babalik naman ako pag once I get eliminated, I'll come back. Then I had to stay for the entire duration. But they were very excited and very supportive. Even last episode, last week, everyone was there cheering me on. So, ang saya lang na ang daming tao ako na napasaya din by joining the competition and of course winning it as well.
For sure, ang daming mong cheerer kasi ang daming nurses plus yun nga, marami ring Filipino dyan. So, tsaka medyo, hindi naman contradicting but very far talaga yung world from baking, from being a nurse to baking products, no? So, you've said na, sige, andito na ako, siguro I'll push through with this competition, but at the same time, I'll make sure I'll win. I'll try my very best kasi nga, parang out of, luck. Hindi naman out of luck, but parang, sige, sasabihin ko itong, talagang meant for you. That means God's will talaga, para talaga sa'yo. So,
parang it just came out of the blue eh. Parang, bigla na lang nag-message yung friend ko na, sali ka dito. Parang, di ba? What are the chances na out of the thousands of people in Australia who applied for that competition, na we were chosen as one of the 12 bakers and to actually be the first, to win. And also, ako yung parang kauna-unahang lalaki na nanalo ng competition dito sa Australia. Lagi kasi pag sinabing baking, mostly our women talagang mas mahilig silang mag-bake compared sa mga guys. And most of the time, siguro mas magaling din sila. Pero yeah, this year ako yung kauna-unahang male winner. And also, I think, first winner with Filipino heritage as well. So, I'm very happy.
So, you're bringing also the culture, you're representing, Filipino represent, kumbaga, no?
Yeah,
And
Pinoy pride tayo.
anong other inspiration mo, Arvin, for doing your bake products? Meron ka bang parang inspiration aside from our culture? You said a while ago na yung kalesa ginamit mo. Meron ka pa bang mga other inspiration, parang inspo din sa mga bake products mo?
Mostly yung mga nostalgic moments sa atin, like Christmas, fiestas, yung mga naalala ko growing up, yun actually yung madami akong pinaghugutan doon kasi parang for me yung bakes and yung food is something na kapag tinry mo, it should bring back those memories. Tapos yung joy ng pagkain nun, tsaka yung pag-alala, tulad halimbawa nung madami akong mga Christmas-related bakes. Yung bibingka, isa na yung bibingka. Gustong-gusto nila yung bibingka na scones. Yun yung inspiration ko doon kasi during Christmas, yun yung parang feeling ko number one bake na hinahanap ko talaga yung bibingka. Meron din yung different festivities sa Pilipinas, like yung Giant Lantern Festival sa Pampanga. So yung bread na ginawa ko for episode 2, yung showstopper ko, was based on the giant lanterns of Pampanga. So very colorful with stars, pero bread siya. Ano pa ba? Meron din mga folklores. Meron kami isang challenge doon, yung spooky cake challenge. So nag-sculpt ako ng tiyanak na cake. Na glow in the dark. glow in the dark siya, tapos yung ulo ng tiyanak, yung cake. Tapos yung flavor niya, Filipino flavor pa din, pandan, buko pandan actually, pandan and coconut. Medyo overboard yung pagka nakakatakot niya kasi medyo creepy daw sabi ng mga judges. Meron din naman mga bakes na hindi masyadong nag-work yung flavor for them. Gumawa ko ng ensaymada. Siyempre yung bread hindi ko talaga hindi ko talaga forte yung bread, pero hindi nila masyadong nagustuhan yung combination ng ensaymada at saka nung itlog na maalat.
Yeah.
Hindi nila masyadong nagustuhan yon. So, yeah, it's a good experience. May mga learnings, may mga low moments, may mga proud moments din na very inspiring during the show.
Yung itlog na maalat siguro kasi medyo acquired flavor siya. Kumbaga parang sa Pinoy talaga, no? Or mga Asian siguro talaga na may enjoy yung flavor na yon. So, kaya siguro hindi pumatok sa kanila.
Hindi sila sumatok yun. Pero, the rest of the flavors naman, natuwa naman sila.
How about your final, parang yung final product mo? Ano yung pinaka inspiration, or does it have a special meaning? Kasi knowing your Kapampangan, kaya madami tayong Kapampangan na inspired, no, sa bake products mo. When it comes to your final product, what was your inspiration?
Yeah, yung final bake ko, ang main inspiration ko actually yung overall journey ko sa adventure na to, sa Bake Off, na ang dami kong natutunan. I finished the show na I think a stronger baker, a better person, kasi mas naging humble ako sa mga naging failures ko during the show. Tapos, ang dami kong natutunan from the judges, from the fellow bakers. So, gusto kong ipakita dun yung transformation ko, tsaka yung resilience nung experience ko, kasi ang daming challenges pero nalagpasan ko yung mga challenges throughout the 10 episodes. Kaya ang feeling ko, ang symbolic representation of that experience was the phoenix. Kaya gumawa ako ng cake. So yung cake, it's a geometric cake, hindi siya round or cube. Parang it has different sides, may mga pointed sides, may mga rough edges to represent yung different experiences and emotions ko throughout the show. And then dun sa taas, merong phoenix. May phoenix made of chocolate na gusto kong mag-represent nung yung transformation, yung resilience. So overall, I wanted to capture yung essence nung bake-off journey ko. Kaya yun yung ginawa kong bake.
Siyempre, finale na yun, no? Nakakaba, no? So, how did you keep your composure? So, syempre, ano na yun, last na nga. Kung baga kanina sabi natin na todo na to. Ano? Todo na to kasi nga last na siya. So, how did you make sure na I'll keep calm, I'll make sure na despite of this pressure, sabi nga natin maraming stressors and all, you remained calm all throughout the competition, especially sa finale part.
Yeah, sobrang nakakakaba siya, Miss Kat, kasi yung chocolate nagme-melt, parang lahat ng plinano ko, parang ang daming mga obstacles na dumating sa point na parang baka hindi ko ma-finish yung work. Pero I kept my focus, kumalma lang, naalala ko yung mga pinagdaanan na like last na to, tapos nandun pa yung friends and family ko during the final bake. Sabi ko, I'll get strength from them as well. And yeah, I just kept doing it one step at a time and just focus on what's in front of me during those times. Otherwise, kung weak din yung mindset ko tsaka yung mentality ko during the show and during the bake, siguro hindi ko natapos yung mga challenges. So, yun.
Are your family members are in Melbourne, or yung iba nasa Philippines, they flew from Manila to Australia?
No, actually, yung sister ko is living with me now. So she was there during the finals. ginawa yung show sa Sydney, so they have to fly from Melbourne to Sydney lang, and with my two other best friends. So nandun sila to support me during the last bake.
So may mga cheerer ka, kumbaga. Kaya
Yes.
kalma lang, kalma lang.
Kalma lang, yan.
Oo. Meron ka bang most memorable comments from the judges na nare-remember mo? Or yung tinake mo parang masyado mong dinamdam na comments ng mga judges? Or sometimes, di ba, even online, you receive comments. So, ano yung mga memorable comments na talagang tinake mo seriously or parang medyo na-hurt or yung naman na-appreciate?
From the judges, wala naman yung na-hurt ako or parang dinamdam ko. Kasi, for me, parang ang laking privilege na to hear yung mga constructive feedback from the judges, si Darren Purchase and Rachel po. Kasi, very credible sila. They have experience, they know what they're talking about. So, just to bake for them and get feedback whether it's good or bad, parang ina-absorb ko talaga. I was trying to get the most out of it and learn from it. So yung mga constructive feedback, I love those. May mga memorable din na kapag tinikman nila yung bake, nag-iiba talaga, nagla-light up talaga yung expression nila, as in, malalaman mo talaga na genuinely nagustuhan talaga nila yung gawa mo. So yun siguro yung most memorable for me. I think I got maybe 2-3 times na naging ganun yung reaction nila. At meron ding sinabi si Darren na one of the judges during their discussion, sabi niya, parang ako daw yung I did not have the loudest voice in the competition kasi I'm very quiet. I'm a shy type of person sometimes, so very quiet. I don't express myself with words in so many ways. Sabi niya, he's not the loudest voice in the shed, but he let his baking do the talking. So I think it's a compliment kasi I'd rather be that person na, action and I'll show you what I can do and express myself through my creativity versus the opposite of that. So I'm very happy. Negative comments, meron din sa online, hindi nawawala yan eh. Everybody will have their own opinion. Not everyone will agree sa naging outcome nung competition, which I think is normal. I respect everybody's opinion, but for me, mas importante yung boses tsaka yung comments ng mga tao na genuinely are supporting me, and not just the people I know. Actually, nakakatuwa kasi around the world, kahit hindi ko sila kilala, I was able to connect and inspire them. So I pay more attention to those comments or to those people kasi that will, mas importante for me yun.
I was told that you have several pictures now that you would like to share, Arvin. Possible pa ba yung
yes.
ma-show namin or ma-show or makita just in case para our friends online can see some of the pictures during the competition, if you still have it or if you can still show it?
Yeah, I can. Let me just share I'll just share that. Here are just some of the photos, but they can actually follow my Instagram as well to see more photos and more videos. So ito, can you see it now?
Yes. We can see it
So this
clearly.
one, kabadong-kabado ako. Ito yung first showstopper cake. Episode 1. This is the kalesa.
The kalesa.
The winning kalesa. So it's all made with biscuit and chocolate. Ito naman, isa din sa mga proud ako na ginawa sa show. Showcase ko din yung Filipino values natin sa show. So this one is bayanihan yung concept nito.
Yes.
Oo. And then I was able to explain what bayanihan actually is, yung concept niya, not just before even yung in modern times how we do it in the Philippines. Ito din, this bake is a big one. I also won this episode. Tiramisu naman siya. So I think this must be wala yung final product dito, but it was like the tallest and also really received really good feedback from the judges. This one, our first ever bake sa shed, yung mga cupcakes. Di ako makatingin sa mga judges.
Mukhang kabado ka dyan. Ang moment.
Kabado. Hindi ako makatingin sa kanila at habang nagsasalita ako, very, very shy and starstruck talaga ako sa kanila at sa mga host. It's a cake I made. This is outside the show. Some chocolate work for decorations. I love doing that kind of decoration sa mga cakes ko. Ito naman mga pizza. Ang flavor niyan, longganisa. So, they asked us to make pizza, so I chose some Filipino flavors to be the toppings. So, nagustuhan din nila yan. This is just a tiramisu. Also, I consider this one of my best bakes. Yung ube cheesecake. So, dalawang cheesecakes siya, yung ube cheesecake and the matcha cheesecake. They also love that so much. Ito yung bread na parang parol yung, ligligan parol yung theme. Ito, nakulangan sila sa anghang nung adobo. Gusto nila yung spicy adobo. Tapos yung isa naman yung parang turon, yung inspiration ko dun sa parang banana. Ito patok na patok sa kanila, yung mga bibingka scones. After ma-judge, nawala lahat, as in naubos dun sa bake kasi gustong-gusto nila yung flavor. Ayan, yung another picture of the horse. Just one of my bakes I did. Tsaka ito din, isa lang sa mga bakes na nagawa ko din before. Like, I like doing those. Like this one, for example, handmade flowers, edible flowers sila, na you'll do them like each petal ginagawa mo individually. Gusto ko yun yung mga binubuting-ting tas sina-assemble.
Ayan. Kasi sabi mo nga, Arvin, ang dami mong parang, you have so many following now, no? Parang, sa Instagram, by the way, anong Instagram mo, Arvin? So we can get to promote it to our friends online. Baka they would like to follow the IG.
Arvin.bakes. Yan. Arvin.bakes. So, I'm posting, mga different bakes, tapos yung journey ko sa bake-off, and a lot of content coming up. So, yan, share po and follow sa Instagram.
Ayan, Arvin.bakes.
Experience.
Ayan.
Arvin Bakes. Yeah.
And then, Arvin, since, of course, no, medyo dumami ang ating mga followers and our online subscribers, what is next for you? Are you going to quit nursing? Since baka magkaroon tayo ng mga orders. I was asking Arvin earlier, no, na kung dumami yung orders, kinlose daw niya muna yung kanyang parang order sheet kasi nga medyo dumami. So, what's next for you? Are you quitting nursing?
Yeah, I'm still doing nursing. I think madami pa din ako natutulungan in that job as a nurse. At the moment, hindi ko pa siguro siya i-give up. In terms of baking naman, this year, ni-stop ko muna mag-accept ng orders kasi sobrang
dami ba?
Overwhelmed. Very overwhelming yung support. Tsaka a lot of people would like to try the bakes, especially those that I've made in the show, which I'm very happy to share. By the way, I would love more people to taste and try all those bakes. I'm just trying to organize myself, I guess. What's the best way? What's the best platform to share all of it to a broader audience? But there are things that are coming up that are exciting. There will be opportunities for everybody to taste my bakes in some events, or even maybe make them at home in some content that I'll be pushing out soon. Very fresh pa yung win ko sa Bake Off. It's just last week and I'm still trying to absorb everything, enjoy every moment of it, and I'll probably take it a day at a time and see where this journey leads me kasi I'm pretty sure there's so many opportunities out there and I'm very grateful sa lahat na nag-follow tsaka sa lahat ng nag-send ng messages and comments, Facebook, Instagram, and all social media platforms. So very thankful po to everybody.
Ayan, kaya yung mga iba po na medyo excited umorder kay Arvin, follow his IG muna para you would know kung meron siyang fair. Are you planning to join fairs or are you planning to put up your restaurant? Do you have that in mind, the cafe?
Well,
Are you
if
considering
there
that?
are opportunities, why not? I think that would be an exciting venture. Pero at the moment, really nothing is finalized yet. I have a few pop-ups coming up early next year in Melbourne. Sa mga gusto mag-try sa Pilipinas, sa ngayon wala pa po tayo sa Philippines, pero who knows, maybe I can visit and do something so people from the Philippines can also try my bakes.
Oo
But definitely
nga.
next year, there are some events coming up.
And then, since very new pa siya, very fresh pa, Arvin, how did you celebrate? Or will you celebrate this win? How? Mukhang hindi
Yes,
pa nakapag-celebrate.
Actually, hindi pa talaga masyado, but I was able to spend the special moment with very close friends and family last week. And then over the weekend, I was with the other bakers and we had our little end of season reunion and celebrations. And I think I'll take some time off in the coming weeks just to, step away, reflect, and really, I guess, process how I got here and where do I want to be, considering I think this is such a great opportunity right now. And I think I have the chance to really use this platform in so many ways, in so many good ways. So I'll probably step back and reflect and really think about what I want to do after this.
Oo nga, kasi parang ano to, no? Sabi nga ni Arvin kanina, nag-submit lang na application and all of a sudden, out of thousands, no? Biglang na-shook siya. Siya yung napili, no? To be, by just becoming one of the bakers sa show, no? For sure, it's really a privilege kasi so many applicants online, for sure. Even worldwide, for sure, even outside Australia, baka meron mga nakapag-submit. Meron bang certain requirements na sa tingin mo, I got into this kasi I have this characteristics or I have this requirement?
Yeah, I think more than skills and bakes, they also look at your personality, you as a person as a whole. Kasi what you can bring and what you can add, what value you can add into the season. And siguro medyo unique yung story ko. I'm not sure. Or maybe they were impressed by my previous bakes. And kasi may interviews, may actual interview, you have to bring your bakes so the producers can try them. There was like a dry run with cameras and things like that. So there are a lot of things they've considered in choosing I don't know exactly what their criteria is, but I think more than the bakes, they also look at your personality.
Kumbaga may look test, no? Aside from how you look at the camera, it's how you react. Kasi, of course, this will be big because nasa TV. So, for sure. But in your own opinion, ano kaya sa tingin mo ang naging nakita nila sa'yo?
Siguro yung siguro yung mga bakes na pinakita ko sa kanila. I was able to impress them with what I can do, given that bago pa lang ako sa baking, but I was able to actually do amazing creations. Siguro na na malaking factor yon. Tapos trivia, meron ding psychological interview to make sure that you're mentally fit to be in the show kasi nga yung stress and pressure, di ba? So yeah, feeling ko yung bakes for me. Yeah.
Kaya may psychological parang interview, no? Kasi they want to make sure na you really finish the show. Kung 10 weeks, no? Talagang sigurado sila na, tatapusin ito yung show kasi baka ma-stress and all, no? Baka all of a sudden umalis sa kalagitnaan ng show. But I have a last question for you, Arvid. So, we ask this to every Tomasha na nagiging guest namin, no? Of course, we want to know how your values as a Tomashan and as a nurse guided you in what you do and what you have achieved, not just in the baking industry, but also in totality in who you are now.
For me, yung 3 C's natin sa UST really made an impact on my personal value on how I actually approach a lot of things in my life. Yung commitment, competence, tsaka compassion, especially yung compassion part. In nursing, it's a big one kasi we are dealing with people who are suffering, who are, under a lot of stress. And nadala ko yun not just with my patients, sa students ko, to other people I've met dito sa show. We were like a family. I had that. And we support each other. And most especially, I had to have compassion to myself as well because it was a very challenging. It was exciting, but at the same time, it was very challenging. So I have to make sure that I also look after myself and gave that compassion to myself as well. And commitment, I wouldn't be able to get this far in the competition if I really did not commit to my cause and what I wanted to share in that platform. And of course, we always want the best in everything that we do because we want to represent and we want to push ourselves to our limits. So yung competence talaga is a big thing. So I guess being a Tomashan really formed me holistically in my journey in this show. Actually, not just in this show, but in my, when I ventured out of the country here in Australia as a nurse and now as a baker. So I'm very thankful. And I am very happy na I was invited in this program to share my story because I think I'm hoping I can inspire other Tomashans as well to push their limits, believe in themselves, and just show their creativity in so many different ways.
Siguro, Arvin, will ask for your final message then, no, to our viewers, especially to, yun nga sabi mo na you want to inspire others, especially our Tomashan, and those working professionals. So at the same time na meron mga talent like baking or far from what they are doing, pero talagang they also want to do that. I asked Arvin earlier kung what do you like, kung magiging nurse ba, magiging baker, or both. And then sabi nga niya, ang baking daw ay kanyang breather, no? Parang, so meron ka bang final message for those professionals na I want to venture into baking, but at the same time, that is far from my work? Any message for them?
I think a lot of people are very lucky to found the job that they're very passionate about, na what they're doing really gives them joy, and yung passion talaga na binibigay nung trabaho nila sa kanila. But sometimes, meron tayong mga bagay na, gusto kong gawin yon, I want to experience that. And we just want to escape from our daily grind na I want to do something different. I think if there's an opportunity, ang advice ko is explore that opportunity, take advantage of it. And you don't have to leave whatever you're doing. Sometimes it's easier said than done, actually, because of different commitments and the time requirement. But there's always something that you can start, small thing you can start that will grow eventually without you knowing it. Na naging baker na ako, or na parang na-develop ko na din yung skills ko in this other area. So overall, I think try to find that passion and other create outlet of creativity that you'd like to do, and just continue pursuing it.
Ayan. So, thank you so much, Arvin, for guesting and for inspiring everyone, no, with this journey. And hopefully, makapag-open ka na ng orders para marami nang makapag-order. Pero, syempre, guys, pagpahingahin muna natin si Arvin habang dinadigest niya pa ang mga pangyayari, no, habang magse-celebrate muna si Arvin. But definitely, for sure, maraming surprises si Arvin for us. So again, follow his IG, arvin.bakes, and with an S. So sa IG for more information about his work. So again, thank you so much, Arvin, and congratulations again to you.
Thanks, Miss Kath. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Ayan. Before we end po, we have a few announcements. No, so the Distinguished Tomasian Alumni Awards Night will be held this Saturday, November 30, 2024, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Benaventura G. Paredes OP Tomasian Alumni Center Ballroom. So this is actually to honor all notable distinguished Tomasians from the different alumni associations of the university. So congratulations in advance to all the awardees. Also, the UST Faculty of Pharmacy Alumni Association and Scholarship Foundation Incorporated announces its upcoming homecoming on Saturday, December 7, 2024, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Benaventura G. Paredes OP Tomasian Alumni Center Ballroom. So it is a save the date for all graduates of the Faculty of Pharmacy. So I think this is it. So dear friends, thank you for joining us today. Please don't forget to always watch Bridges on every Tuesday for another, next Tuesday, we will still have another guest for exciting episodes. And stay with us as we continue to share with you the blessings of Bridges. So again, do subscribe to our UST Tomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel and also to our Facebook page. The past episodes of Bridges can be watched in your YouTube channel and FB page. So thank you, of course, to UST Nursing Alumni Association for sponsoring our Bridges today, and of course for having Arvin as our guest. Here at Bridges, we do not build walls, we build connections to reach out to one another. We build strong bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love. So, enjoy the rest of the evening and mabuhay.